serious note, this is a rough one. So there, if you guys don't know, a lot of stuff has been going on with Alec Baldwin and his new movie Russ. If you guys don't know, there was a shooting accident on set where apparently a couple of bullets ended up on set, and while shooting one scene, someone got shot during the process. And so, it first led to Baldwin. I'm pretty sure I'm messing up his last name. Being not accused of like murder, but like accidental manslaughter. I think that's the
Hmm.
accusations as he's being accused of. I don't think he's been proven guilty yet. I think he's been acquitted from one of the charges, but I don't know if he's been like I don't think he's been guilt yet or sentenced to a certain to anything yet. But we did find we did find somebody guilty, and her name is Hannah. I don't know how to say her name middle name.
Gutierrez-Reed. Yeah.
Um she was the
Gutierrez-Reed.
she was the armor of the weapons on the set of Rust. And and apparently during this whole entire, which finally someone has been brought to justice, at least in some form, which
Hmm.
why did it take this long in general to get her in court or anything? Because it should have started with her, but no, it started with Alec Bowman. My face is getting bloated for some reason. I don't know what's going on with her. But
It's just letting you know. No, I'm just
yeah. But I don't know. It seems it took very long to get to this point, but now we're finally at this point, and she is being she's been found guilty. We haven't got anything about her sentence yet. I don't think we're getting anything till April from my understanding. Um but yeah, this article dives into some interesting stuff of like how the hell does something like this happen? Especially when you find out six bullets were found on set, six real live bullets. And it's like, how is that even possible?
yeah. I mean, you look at this and these are the types of things where it's like, um, you've seen explosions before where people get hurt or stunts or, that's why stunt double insurance and certain actors don't do certain things because there is risk, right? Um, is it the right decision? We are not, the system of court. I do have faith in our justice system to do the right thing. At the end of the day, I look at it and I go, could this have been prevented? Absolutely. But it's one of those things where obviously
Well,
it's just a tragic mistaken incident.
I mean,
So
if you go through the things that she's been accused of and found guilty, is that she didn't really do her job. That's the problem with
sure.
it. Because it's been said here that she didn't really check the gun. She's kind of just because the way that it is handled is that the armor is the one that keeps the gun safe. They're the one that sets up
Hmm.
everything. And next, they hand it off to the assistant director. He checks he or she, they, I don't know, however you want to go by it. Um, they check the gun,
Hmm.
and next they hand it off to the actor, and next, the assistant director says, um, cold gun, which means it's a safe gun to use on set. We're shooting. Let's do this. And an assistant director was found guilty too because he didn't do his job checking the gun either. And so,
Well, and that's just failed systems, right?
well, yeah,
So you would expect and anticipate, hey, this is not going to be a danger to anybody, but it just so happens that it is.
yeah,
And so, you think of, I think of, that's why it's involuntary manslaughter and
yes.
like criminal negligence. It was negligent that led to, a death. And so the question is, I think it's up to 18 months of, 18 months
What
of,
she's
I
what she's going for,
yeah,
yes.
in prison. I mean, I don't know if that's the sentence that will be given.
Probably
Um,
not.
no, and I don't think that that's the right decision either. But at the end of the day, it would be like me driving distracted, let's say looking down, like this and then running somebody over.
Hmm.
Is it obviously intentional? No, but at the end of the day, it's negligent. And shouldn't happen. And
Yeah.
so I feel bad because obviously anytime somebody shoots and kills somebody or is like responsible, I don't think that people like sit here and go, oh, like I'm so excited to like, hurt people. Obviously that
Yeah.
wasn't meant to be.
I
But,
mean, who
you
knows?
know,
Maybe that was someone's attention. We just haven't seen because we don't have the full story.
no, I mean
But like again,
that
I'm not trying to accuse somebody, but again, like
yeah. Well, and that's
six
the thing
six
is it's
six
like,
real bullets on set is not an accident. At least I don't see that
no.
as an accident because like how is that even
But
possible?
I'm genuinely curious how many people can tell the difference between real versus fake,
Well, that's
blanks
another
versus
thing.
not.
They
So,
they look very similar, and a lot of people, and maybe I shouldn't say this because there's some people that I know that I work. There's somebody that I work with. They said like Alec Baldwin should known, like he should have checked the gun and known that it was like there's live bullets in it. I'm like, do you that first of all, second, just first of all, it's not the actor's job to check the gun. It's actually there's actually laws in place that they're not supposed to do that for one, because then it'll mess because then because then the gun can go off and then the actor gets hurt because there's still other priorities that they have to worry about towards the actor who is using the
sure.
gun. Second, if you look at a real bullet and a fa in a blank, they look pretty freaking similar to somebody that never has really used a gun, a real
Yes.
gun. And the
And
per and this person not
let's
trying
see
and
if we
not
can
trying
find
to
that.
bash on this person, but it's like, oh no, no, you can tell the no, you can't because it's just
Oh,
like you unless you really take out the bullet and really look at it, it's like, well, this lettering is different from this. I'm like, it's I don't like that Alec
yeah.
Baldwin is being trashed that
So,
much. You can't really
you
see it.
think real versus fake. Have people look at it. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're not aware and familiar, you're probably not going to know. I mean, you can tell by like the projectile portion of it, but
yeah.
yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, we don't want to speculate on, what should have been known versus not known. What the
Uh,
court does is they look at the facts and they see negligence and they see that this shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And so they've accordingly,
I don't think Alex should have been charged for anything.
well, I mean,
It's because it's like why did the director not get charges for something? He didn't know there was a
yeah.
real bullet in there, and he's the
Well, at
one
the end
that
of the
said
day,
action.
who pulled,
But
who pulled the trigger?
you
So,
know, well, the assistant director said it's okay, it's a safe gun, shoot
sure.
it, and so that's same thing applies to the director. So it's just like I don't think Alec Baldwin should really been at least charged as hard as he is getting right now.
Well,
Um,
I mean, he's a face to make,
make
the
money and all. It's
well, I mean, yeah,
make to make money off his name, and
he's a
so
he's a news catcher. But I
yeah,
mean, like I said, it's a really sad, unfortunate. You'd never want to be the person that's in that situation or
yeah.
scenario. So,
And I kind of have a question for this is like, how do you see this affecting the movie industry from a filming standpoint? Do you see them taking more safety protocols with this, or do you see them like, all right, nope, no more practical effects like this on set. We're gonna go all CGI with it.
I mean, first off, that would be silly to just eliminate everything. That would be like every time a car gets in an accident, we should
Ex
just take cars off the road.
exactly. Yeah.
So, from a perspective, it's hey, how do we get better at doing our job, and how are we preventing negligence? Because obviously, people are people, right? So mistakes do happen, and unfortunately, some mistakes have higher, worse consequences than others. So
Hmm.
my hope is that long term, that they just review it to be more of how do we prevent this from happening with additional safety precautions, and and maybe they make it, hey, if you're an actor, check it before I mean, ideally, in certain scenarios, that's not the best way, but
I think they might put some training into that
yeah.
just
Well, if you're
because
going to
of
be
what this.
wielding if
Yeah.
I'm wielding a sword, I'm not going to be like, "Hey, you have no training on a sword, but hey, by the way, this is real." And if you
Yeah.
like hit somebody with it, oh darn, maybe you lop off their head. It's just there's certain things that should have safety precaution and training anyway.
Yeah.
Also, I just think a good actor, if you're going to be good at your role, you should probably learn, like, if it's a movie about, military, you should probably take military training
Well,
and
yeah,
learn how to
that's
shoot weapons and do
I
stuff
mean,
like,
yeah, that's what
hello.
Tom Cruise does with his films. Like he really
Yeah.
hammers it down when it comes to his certain stunts. But I mean, like, I'm pretty sure there's going to be something in place where like they're going to make this definitely safer. And another kind of question, are we even going to see this movie? Like, I feel like there's so much mud around this movie that if you release it, is the thought of like people's mind of in the
Yeah.
back of their head thinking about like the accident and actually like, you're doing interviews, people are just going to be asking about that accident that happened. So it's like, can you even
So,
release this?
as a I am not a creative. I'm also not, in charge of their PR. I would say public relation wise, there's two ways that you can release this movie. The first one is to talk about how, you do it in honor and remembrance of the person that passed away. The second way that you would be able to do it is donating proceeds from that towards like the family or organizations that support accidental gun violence or accidental gun deaths. Which some people would say, oh, accidental doesn't exist because
Yeah.
it's a weapon that's meant to potentially maim or harm or hurt
Yeah.
people. uh, I'm not taking a stance on what that looks like, but what I will say is that there is opportunities to release this movie.
Yeah.
I think in some cases it would make sense not to, or it wouldn't make sense not to release it, because now,
Now you're in a financial issue.
well, not even that, it's we've shot this movie, we made it pretty realistic,
Well, yeah,
and
but I mean,
we're not going to release it.
there's a lot of movies, especially now these days, that get greenlit, even to the point where they're finished and they don't get released. So, like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's not
Yeah.
something unusual, but I'm curious if the studio's gonna get too scared enough to release it because,
Well, but then you have to explain why we shot a movie that never got released that killed somebody. It's danged if you do, danged if you don't. So
yeah,
I would say that release the movie, donate proceeds, bring awareness, and just be better. And that seems like that's so easy, but I genuinely think that's a good idea.
yeah.
So, but
Um, so let
no,
us know,
I
yeah, let us know in the comment section
oh.
below that what do you guys think about this whole entire situation? Do you agree with the accusations? I mean, like, what are your thoughts? It's a tragic thing, and hopefully the the right people come forward and you know and all that, and we'll see the truth. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to see the full-on podcast, I'll leave a link in the description below. And you guys can also check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. And if you guys want to, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the topics as well. So leave a comment on it. And if you guys are new to the channel and you guys enjoyed what you saw, hit that subscribe button because we have a lot of other stuff on the channel. As a reminder, this is a monthly upload on the Big Talk with Austin. And this will also give you guys the opportunity to submit some topics to us that happen throughout the month. So if you guys want to do that, go check me out on Twitter and follow me there. Tag me whenever something interesting pops up that is movie reviews, movie TV shows, any like pop culture related type of stuff. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys next review. Bye, guys.